friends, it's me again. We're gonna fix my hair, or I was gonna fix my hair and thought while I'm already here, like sitting here, we might as well do it together. So I am going to be using the new Duo Flex to curl my hair today. We've had a couple of days of straight hair and that's just enough of that. So we're gonna curl this mess today because as much as I want to be like a straight hair girl all the time, I just ain't her. It's just not her. I just feel like when I curl my hair, it's like, oh, I am back. So if you are seeing this part of the video, you are watching the replay. I hope that you stay and watch till the end, just so maybe you can learn something and comment, leave your questions or whatever. We always come back and answer questions in the comments. So type hashtag replay in the comments section if you're seeing the replay, and we will come back and say hi to you. I am going to start with the Thermal Agent Heat Protector. You just need a little bit over your hair. I probably would be okay without heat protector, but I'm just never going to curl my hair without spraying some kind of heat protecting thing on it. So because I do have heat protector from yesterday, I'm probably the day before in my hair, but we're just going to like better safe than sorry, right? So Thermal Agent I love because it is a heat protector, but it's also a little bit of a texturizing product. So it adds a little bit of grit to your hair. So your curls will have something to hold to. They're going to hold for a long time. Okay. All right. Hey, y'all. So I am not seeing like anybody's name or comments, which is totally fine. But if you are commenting, I can't see you. So if you do, I will come back and answer those later. All right. Okay. So this product is a curling tool. You can turn on the fan. That's what I'm going to do. The fan blows cool air from these little holes that are all the way around. I have mine heated to 430 degrees. You don't have to turn yours up that high if that like scares you. My hair can take it. Okay. So, this is a not newer version, but like a little bit of a different version of the Duo Air Styler that Launch has. It's like everybody's favorite curling tool. They still have those. This one is the same thing, but it has a little bit of a curved plate. Okay, this is a newer release of the Duo tools. It also has a switch, so you can flip it up and it will give you looser curls, and you can flip it down and it will give you tighter curls. All right, so what changes when you flip that switch is the tension of the barrel. So it doesn't change anything like you can see with your eyes, but it will change how tightly it clamps on your hair. If you do the looser curls, it will clamp a little bit looser. If you do the tighter curls, it will clamp a little bit tighter. I always keep mine on the tighter curl setting just for me. That's my preference. But if you like more of a beachy, like loose wave, you can leave it on the looser curl option. Okay. Hi, Lori. So how's everybody today? If you were here on the last video, I was saying this has been crazy. The last couple days have been absolutely insane around here. And I have just been feeling like, I don't know, do you ever just feel like there are so many things happening at one time that your brain doesn't know like what to think about? It just feels like, it's kind of like some days I walk into the office and there's so many things on my desk to do that I don't know what to do first, right? I know you've been there. Well, my life kind of feels like that right now. There's so many things going on in my life. I don't know which one to think about or to concentrate on the most. But we're going to get there. It's going to be fine. It's already fine. I have something I've trained myself to say recently. Because I am so bad about saying it'll be fine, as if it's not already okay right now. But honestly, it's already fine, right? Everybody's healthy. Everybody's happy. Everybody's doing good. So even if there's some crazy stuff, we're fine. Have y'all seen that shirt where it says like, it's fine, I'm fine, everything's fine? I feel like I need one of those. Hit the pause button. That's a whole thing. So if y'all, I know most of you won't know this. My son, I was telling this story at church last week. My son kept telling me last weekend that he had a headache. And I think I missed a piece right here. And I got so tickled at him because he went to bed that night and he said his head was hurting a little bit. And he woke up the next morning and I said, how's your head? Does it still hurt? And he said, no. He said, I figured out like how to make it stop hurting. And I was like, okay. How did you do that? And he said, well, there's music that plays in my head all the time. And I was like, same. There's music that plays in my head all the time. I actually did not know that this was a thing until I saw some social media content about it. Did y'all know that there are people that just sometimes just don't think about anything at all? Like there's nothing, like, I think my husband is this way. Do you know that there are people who lay down in the bed at night and they just go to sleep? They just go to bed. They don't like think about anything. They're not like worrying about anything. They're not like going over scenarios in their head. There's no music. There's nothing happening up here. They just go to sleep. What would that be like, right? And so when he said, I have music in my head a lot of the time, I was like, I feel that. You're definitely my kid. And he said, but I just imagined that there's a pause button in my head. And I just pushed the pause button and the music went off and my head stopped hurting. I don't know why, to me, I was like, that's the smartest thing I've ever heard. So, maybe we all just need a pause button in our head. Hey, Paula. Yeah, so Valerie, this is like, when I say I've been using this a whole lot, this has been my go-to curling tool for the last little bit. These curls are so good. I think a couple things about this is why I really love like the upgrades they did to it. The rounded barrel. So it's going to like encourage your hair to go round. It's not like the flat plates of the Le Duo Classic, which is still a great thing. But this one, I just love that the plates are rounded because I feel like it encourages your hair to take that shape a little bit better. And then, of course, the switch. Men have that. Most women don't. What would it be like, Linda, to just lay down and go to sleep? So, like, when you ask your husband, what are you thinking about? Do y'all ever do that? What are you thinking about? And he says nothing. That's true. Like, he's not lying to you. If you ever ask me, what are you thinking about? And I say nothing, 100% that was a lie. 100%. I'm always thinking about something. Thank you, Sandra. So I just did this makeup live right before I came back. So if you want to see how I did it, it's on the video right before this one. I don't know how they do that. I don't know how people have the ability to just turn their brain off. Hi, Kim. Kim will understand this. Kim, did you know that men have the ability to not think about anything? Wouldn't that be nice? Mine does too. And I don't mean to worry, you know. So I heard so many times when I was a kid, like, worry is a sin. You shouldn't worry about things. And then it almost makes you feel like guilty for worrying about stuff or for thinking, or even just thinking about it a lot. I don't know. I don't mean to like question God or worry or whatever. But I don't know. How do you just not think about stuff? I love when you say to someone like, I wish I could get that off my mind, and they're like, just don't think about it. Oh wow, great advice. Why didn't I think of that? Just don't think about it. Of course I've tried to just not think about it. Then my favorite thing is when you lay down in the bed at night and your brain is like, you remember that thing you said in 2nd grade? That person probably still doesn't like you now. I don't know. I was telling Kim that my little boy, my 11-year-old, told me that he invented a pause button for his brain so that he could push pause on whatever was going on in his mind. And I was like, that's the smartest thing. Because why didn't I think of a pause button? If you can imagine scenarios, of course you can imagine a pause button, right? There's times it's hard to not worry about things. I know I give it to God, but it's like you take it back and worry about, yeah. I don't know. I feel like there is there's a fine line, right? Because God has the ability to like forgive and forget, but we as people don't really have that ability to just forget about things, right? So I don't think it's a sin to think about them. Maybe it's just not good to ruminate over them. Always thinking about something. Men's minds are like waffles. They have compartments. Oh, that's smart. They don't like it when we go from one topic to another. Well, in my brain, it's all one topic. It's all different topics, but they all go together, right? And I'm thinking about them all simultaneously at the same time. That's right. You just have to move on. Easier said than done, but you do. You're right. Was it like, probably like 10 years ago, I read that book called The 5 Love Languages. I don't know if you guys have read it. If you haven't, changed everything about the way I communicate with my spouse. Anyway, in that book, there was something I have never forgot. He talked about how men are like the Dead Sea. So the Dead Sea is not a moving body of water. It like nothing runs into it and nothing runs out of it. It's just still. Like the waters are still. That's how a man's mind works. There's like, he really doesn't need. Let me just tell y'all one thing about me. If I got something going on, I need to talk about it. Need. It's not a want, it's a need. I'm a verbal processor. I need you to talk about it with me, and I need to not only talk about it one time. I need to talk about it like until I can process it, right? Men are not like that. They don't have the need to discuss things. There's sometimes really just nothing in there. Sometimes there's really nothing they want to talk about. There's nothing coming in. There's nothing going out. It's just still. And then he referred to women as a babbling brook, which I took offense to a little bit in the beginning. But like how it's just constantly running. The waters are running all the time. And that really is true. I think that's why it's really important for women to have a really good female friend. Because there will just be times when your husband don't want to hear it, you know. But I still need to talk. The book Men Are Like Waffles, Women Are Like Spaghetti. I did not know that was a book. I will have to go look at that. Well, I think that women are wired right and men are wired backwards. That's what I think. These curls are just so cute. Thank you. I love, everybody in my life was like, holy smokes, your hair is so cute. But for me, at first, I was like, what did I do? And I do that every time I chop my hair. But this time, I even went back like a week ago and had her trim it back up a little shorter because I have loved, I love that it forces me to like fix my hair every day, right? So when my hair was longer, I could kind of leave it and not do as much with it or throw it up in a ponytail or whatever. But when I have a shorter like style, I have to style my hair every day. And so I don't know, when my hair is fixed, I feel more like myself. So I do love that about having shorter hair. And I don't really ever very much wear my hair up or like have any need to keep it longer. But thank you, Sandra. I have really enjoyed the shorter hair too. I want to be long hair people. I really do. Robert Rowland. I want to be long hair people, but then I don't know. Every time I chop it back off, I just remember why I keep my hair kind of this length. It just is like, suits me, I guess. Lisa, I would love to come do your hair. But I promise I am not like a professional. I do not have a hair degree. I do not do other people's hair. I am not, never worked in a salon. So if I can do this, you can do this. So I think I'm going to not spray anything else on this hair because I feel the texture from the thermal agent plus like a little bit of probably from yesterday, whatever I sprayed on it yesterday. So we're just going to kind of leave this like this. Let's make sure I didn't miss any pieces. Makeup, I really don't know what I'm doing. We're just winging it on the makeup. You know, I come from the generation where we used the, what was that little mousse makeup in the pot from Maybelline? That was my favorite foundation back in the day. And it was like 4 shades too dark, but we put it on anyway. Big old line on the bottom of your chin. Just, you know. That's how I learned to do my makeup. So we're just trying new things over here, like trying to make it work. All right. So if you want one of these, I did leave you a link in the description. This is a new tool to launch. If you're looking to like invest in something really good for your bathroom, this is going to be a really good thing for you. I know sometimes it feels intimidating trying something new, but I promise the curved plates and, you know, the clip, like all the Laduos have the clip. This is a little bit longer than the standard Laduo Classic. It has the flip of the switch, so you can do looser curls or tighter curls. Heats from 280 to 430, so it's really good for all hair types. It's just really good. You just need this. Mother's Day is coming. Your grandma, mom, sister, cousins, all would, I promise there is not a female in your life that, unless she's bald, that would not want to have one of these, okay? So, these are really good. I do fully expect them to sell out at some point, but right now I think there are some left. They just released them. So grab you one of those if you're looking for a good new hair tool. And then the heat protector I used was Thermal Agent. Launch has several, but I do love that one for curls because it gives your hair a little texture. All right. I think I'm going to get off here and go to work, and I will see you guys on the next time. Thanks for watching.